Teachers have a legal responsibility to ensure that all students have the right to access education on the same basis within the classroom. Teachers need to be aware of individual differences such as disabilities or talents and be able to accommodate these in their educational programs, possibly by using aids or curriculum differentiation. They should work cooperatively with students, parents and other professionals to identify these differences and cultivate appropriate strategies to adopt into their teaching. Creating inclusive classrooms can also involve building positive relationships between all students while maximising learning for all. This presentation will explore the ethical and effective strategies teachers may use when working with children with diverse abilities, with some specific examples of classroom implementation. The Australian Commonwealth makes sure that the needs of all students with learning disabilities and impairments are met in the classroom through the enforcement of the Human Rights and Opportunities Commission Act 1986. The implementation of this means it is unlawful to discriminate against people on the bias of age, medical record, impairment, mental, intellectual or psychiatric disabilities, and physical disabilities. All schools and education providers have a duty of care to ensure all students, including students with disabilities, are treated with dignity and enjoy the benefits of education in a supportive environment which values and encourages participation by all students. This practice is known as inclusion. Educators must meet the requirements of inclusive education by offering a person with a disability the same educational opportunities as everyone else on the same basis. Consequently, if an individual with a disability meets the necessary entry requirements of a school or college, they should have the same equivalent opportunity as anyone else that attends that facility. The Disability Standards for Education elucidate the obligations of education providers. Educators are indebted to make reasonable modifications to accommodate a student with diverse needs. These adjustments may be to the environment, curriculum, or accessing and providing additional materials or services needed for diverse students, such as Braille and note takers for students with vision impairments, surround sound systems and microlinks for hearing impaired students, and or speech therapists for students with language problems. A teacher has the responsibility of ensuring that each and every student is treated equally, and to ensure that all students have access to the same opportunities and choices relating to educational programs, as well as keeping up to date with teacher education and training. Teachers have a legal duty to ensure all students are equally and fairly integrated in all learning activities. It is vital that teachers recognise diverse needs and implement suitable teaching strategies to maximise individual student achievement. Adjustments are made for students with disabilities using an individual education plan, or an IEP, to ensure they can access the curriculum, achieve curriculum outcomes, and successfully participate in school life. The implementation of appropriate teaching strategies allows each individual student the opportunity to achieve lifelong learning goals and succeed to the best of their ability. The Department of Education and Early Childhood Development has outlined the Victorian Government's vision to achieve increased access to high quality early childhood health, education and care for all Victorian children and to improve outcomes for disadvantaged young Victorians. The Better Opportunities, Better Outcomes program will ensure that all students are integrated into a classroom and appropriate adjustments are made so that a student with a disability can fully participate in all school activities. Curriculum can be developed using IEPs to connect student learning outcomes with tailored individual instruction. The guidelines contain a framework for setting up an inclusive curriculum so teachers can provide all students with the knowledge, skills and behaviours to assist them thrive in a society that is progressively multifaceted, rapidly transforming and prosperous in information and communications technology. The framework is aligned to a complete school approach to curriculum planning and mirrors the three core strands of indispensable learning in physical, personal and social learning, discipline-based learning, and interdisciplinary learning. While focusing on students with disabilities, the approaches outlined in the guidelines are valuable for all students. The teacher plays an important role in ensuring the success of positive and productive, inclusive learning environments. Inclusion means that all students are accommodated for all activities in the classroom, regardless of individual circumstances. Teachers should actively model, encourage, and explicitly teach social justice, positive attitudes to diversity, and the notion that everyone belongs. Teachers can make adjustments in the inclusive classroom to effectively manage behaviour. It is important to set firm, positive standards with high expectations for behaviour and learning for all students. Teachers should consistently and fairly monitor and enforce these standards. Emphasis should be placed on understanding the motives behind misbehaviour and developing strategies for alternative positive behaviour. This is particularly effective when managing children with special needs. While discipline strategies vary amongst schools and teachers, most agree that fair and consistent rules and consequences, led by effective teacher modelling, are conducive to effective learning environments. While maximising learning is a goal of effective teaching, promoting social inclusion and friendships is another role of the effective teacher. Teachers can use strategies to help promote social inclusion, such as developing social skills and modelling friendly inclusivity. Students of all ages want to belong to their peer group and are sensitive to the unkind remarks of those around them. Students with physical handicaps are in danger of having a low self-image. They realise their limitations compared with more able-bodied peers, but there is no reason why their self-image should not be positive. Teachers have the task of protecting every student from harm. A program of class discussions that explain the differences between people and accentuating the positive attributes of students like those who have disabilities helps counteract prejudice. Technology in the classroom enables all students, including those with diverse abilities, to operate more effectively and efficiently. When technology is incorporated into the classroom, students with diverse abilities are able to experience greater equality in accessing the curriculum, increasing their chances of success. Students who experience physical or intellectual disabilities will have included in their individual education plan a technology plan in place. For children who experience mild to moderate learning difficulties, success in learning can be experienced through utilising quality software programs integrated in their everyday learning program. Some of the greater advances technologically have been made for the vision impaired. These advances have been in the areas of communication and information access, orientation and mobility aids, such as converting print into synthesized speech or braille using computers and associated computer software, and portable braille note takers offering the opportunity to take notes in braille and then convert it into text or speech, and vice versa. Teachers can effectively enhance the learning experience for the vision impaired by ensuring the classroom incorporates the necessary technological devices which assist the student to actively participate successfully in all activities and lessons. Teachers can assist students who experience hearing loss by implementing group assistive listening devices, which aid in the rectification of problems caused by distance, noise, and reverberation in the classroom environment. The use of a radio link between the teacher and student with the hearing loss allows for the student to hear what the teacher is saying, comparable to that of non-hearing impaired students. A significant challenge that today's teachers face is educating students with diverse abilities within an inclusive learning environment. It is vital for educators to adjust the curriculum and their instructional methods used in the classroom according to the diverse needs that an individual may have. Support by specialist education teachers and the introduction of technological devices all assist with teaching and learning. Some students with diverse abilities require high support needs, such as full-time specialist support. Teachers who implement an inclusive curriculum must be flexible in their delivery to accommodate the unique characteristics of each student with diverse abilities. Some students will require additional support educationally compared to that of their fellow peers. This may be due to the fact that they have not yet developed the required knowledge base, or are gifted and experience knowledge well above those of their peers. For optimal progress to occur, an IEP that enables teachers and students to plan and review the methods and goals of instruction should be implemented. It is essential for a support network to be established between teachers and other professionals, community groups, parents, and students. Modern classrooms are filled with students with various abilities and diverse backgrounds, so teachers benefit from having support from specialists in and outside of schools, such as speech therapists and other support staff. In order for teaching styles and strategies to be evaluated on an ongoing basis, it is important for staff to work together to tackle any issues or concerns. This support network is important as it assists educators to create a flexible curriculum where ideas can be shared. It also helps teachers to address individual learning and social requirements. When educating students with various abilities, it is essential to develop inclusive relationships among teachers, students, and parents. It is important to identify that parents are also a teacher's employer, making teachers directly accountable for their child's education. Research outlines that education programs that involve parents are more effective than those that do not. It is integral to value a broad range of contributions from parents and provide ongoing opportunities for parent feedback and consultation. It is also important to involve students when working as a team to provide ongoing feedback and education. It encourages learners to have a voice in the school review and development process. Some of these points can be demonstrated when educators are developing a student's instructional goals and objectives for an IEP. During this process, parents and students share their expectations about the student's future participation in school, the home, and the community. This is important as parents and other family members can also indicate to the teaching staff which specific objectives they can help teach or reinforce at home. If parents are not active in this process, they may not receive sufficient information about their child's functioning. This may also cause teachers to develop the misconception that parents do not see the need for further participation, as they are satisfied with the decisions being made for their child. Self-determination skills are important both in and out of the classroom. Students can be given opportunities to practice these vital skills by becoming involved in the process of developing their own IEP. Teaching requires particular thinking regarding decision-making, understanding consequences, and the impact of these decisions on students, their families, work colleagues, and the educational community. Ethical conduct is a code to direct professionals in decision-making and their responsibilities based on respect, caring, integrity, diligence, and open communication. Teachers are required to provide education in increasingly diverse classrooms using instructional and behaviour management strategies to create an inclusive learning environment. Ongoing communication, collaboration, and teamwork between communities and professionals are key elements to effectively and ethically working with students with diverse abilities.